It's like Drewski McGillicuddy's Sleepaway Camp 3 Teenage Wasteland movie review. Hey everybody, it's Drewski McGillicuddy, and tonight I decided to go ahead and move on to Sleepaway Camp 3 from... I couldn't be bothered to look, to be honest with you. I remember this movie being better than this, because this movie starts out, and right away you get the feeling for what you're getting yourself into, because it's like one of the most ridiculous openings ever. Like, I'm all for some titties, but like the opening scene just had this forced, unnecessary nudity, and they were like the ugliest titties I think I've ever seen in a horror movie. So I wish I had what'd he say? I wish I had 4 hands so I can give this shit 4 thumbs down.
I wish I had 2 more hands so I could give these titties
4 thumbs down. Because yeah, and then basically there's just this trashy, no good hillbilly individual, and she's going off to camp, and this is like the type of person that you wouldn't even see going to camp. But she's going to camp, right? And Angela runs her down in a dump truck. And you gotta wonder, where did Angela get this fucking dump truck? Not only that, how did Angela know that this person was going to the camp and then ended up getting this horrible, horrible wig to take this person's identity? Because that's basically what the movie's about. Angela escapes after the second film, and this movie takes place right after the second film. There's some kind of shady people trying to open up this camp, turn it into New Horizons, and they get like, and this is kind of why this trashy bitch was about to go to this camp, because they get all these less fortunate inner city kids to come mingle with these rich, high class, snobby, kids, and that's what the movie's about. But unfortunately, they filmed this back-to-back with Sleepaway Camp 2, and they must have spent all their money on Sleepaway Camp 2, because there's like 16 kills, I think, in this movie, and only 2 of them are even worth mentioning. Unless you want me to mention all the kills where she just fucking beats people with a stick. Yeah. That's so fucking creative. I don't understand what happened. Are you serious? You're gonna beat people with a stick? Like, she does it like 3 or 4 times, and then when they do cut somebody's head off, it looks fucking horrible. Not to mention, there's not really a story. She takes this person's identity. I guess that's part of a story. She goes to this camp, and these people are like cheapskates. And the one guy's like a hornball, and he's got his eye on this... I don't know how old these kids are supposed to be, but he's got his eye on basically the hottest girl there. She got the best set of titties in the movie. But it's like... There's something unnecessary about the nudity in this movie. I don't understand. I didn't mind it in the second one. And for some reason in this one, it's just like, what the... Okay, but I'm not complaining, because titties is titties. I'm just saying, sometimes it's like, you know, make there be a point instead of just, you know... Don't listen to me. I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. But anyway, moving along to this story, right? They're going to separate these kids into groups of 3. There's 3 counselors, 3 groups of 4, and Angela just goes through each group, killing off everybody. And like, there's no... I mean, it's not that they're not memorable, but it's like, big whoop. You know, there's no interesting character. Like, there's like the asshole inner city kids. I mean, I do like the guy from Detroit. There's a funny scene where she goes into the tent and tells him to turn his fucking music down because he's constantly blaring this terrible, like, stock rap music. Here, just watch. I'm sure I can find it. If not, looks like you're shit out of luck, asshole! But no, I'm sure it's on there somewhere. But no, seriously. Aside from that, and a couple, there's This movie's not even that long. That's the problem. The movie's not that long, but it's boring. It's boring. Angela seems like she's fucking burnt out from being there for the first or the second one. And she's just burnt out and doesn't want to be there. Like, she's not perky. She's not happy. It's just like, okay, well, I'm going to have to kill this whole nother cast of characters. I'm going to beat them with a stick. I'm just going to keep beating people with sticks. But no, there is a cool scene where she puts this girl on the flagpole and she raises her up and then drops her. That's kind of cool, but unfortunately they were completely out of blood. So she just drops on the ground and it's just like, oh. Okay. And then there's a scene where she buries somebody in garbage up to their neck. And then she runs them over with a lawnmower. And that could have been fucking amazing. I mean, it was pretty cool, but it could have been fucking amazing if maybe they would have just waited until they made a profit off the second fucking movie. Oh my god. I don't understand it. Because the wig is the, are you looking at it? Just look at it. It ruins the whole fucking movie before it even gets started. I mean, it's bad enough that there's the fucking horrific acting at the beginning. But like, what are you supposed to expect from the third movie called Sleepaway Camp? I mean, these things are only supposed to get worse, even though I love the second one. I mean, this one could have been, it had potential. Had they waited till they had a budget and maybe fucking wrote some kind of a fucking something. I mean, there are a few funny scenes, but as far as the rest of it goes, it's just less than mediocre. So, I mean, there's not really much else to talk about. I mean, the kills are boring. The performances are kind of boring. I mean, I do like the one guy that's in it that plays the sleazy camp counselor. He's in a bunch of shit in the 80s. And he's always... he was in American Gothic. But yeah. Him, and then maybe there's the Mexican guy and the girl that he has a thing for. Like, those are the only really actually worthy parts of this movie that are worth your time. I mean, the movie's kind of fun, but it's kind of not. Here, I'll rate it. I'm stealing something from one of the biggest YouTubers on the planet. I'm going to take... I'm just going to start stealing shit from people. This movie would be a better time if you were drunk or something. Where's the car? Is it going to take... I don't fucking know. I don't fucking know. Anyway, if you're going to watch this movie, get some kind of intoxicated because it is a little boring. Even though it's the same runtime as the Monster Squad. So you could either just watch this or just go watch the Monster Squad again. Because this movie's really not necessarily that important. I mean, it's worth a watch, but not a bunch of watches. Anyway... Speaking of which, I still haven't found my fucking watch, so I never know what time it is. But I'm pretty sure it's almost past my bedtime, and I don't want to ramble on about a movie that I could care less if it would have been made or not. But now I gotta go watch the fucking... Well, I'm not gonna watch the fourth one because it's unavailable, and apparently it's just unused footage from the second and third movie. But I am gonna watch Return to Sleepaway Camp, starring Felissa Rose. She returns as Angela Baker. And I have seen that movie. It's been since 2009 since I've seen it, but we will watch that. Anyway, there's some stuff I'm supposed to start saying at the end of my videos about, like, I have a fucking Spreadshirt store. I don't know if it's going to pop up there, but there might be a link if I have the secretary do my description box. If not, it's like www.spreadshirt something, Drewski McGillis stuff. I got a couple fancy designs. You might like them. Also, become a patron, and then I could definitely get better at this stuff because I get even better lights, and then eventually I'll build a background, and it'll be fucking awesome. Because I'm working 2 jobs now, and I got a couple bucks coming from patrons, and then I'll get good at this stuff. Make sure you like the video. Other stuff, blah, blah, blah. Yada, yada, yada.